And welcome back to Stop, Drop, and Roll. We are a group of friends turned found family who love ourselves some Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Daniel Kim, and I am the DM here at Stop, Drop, and Roll. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and turn it over to the cast. We can start it off with Andrew, please.
That's me. I'm Andrew. I play Joko Galspun, the human paladin who's always angry. That guy's pronouns are he and him.
The latter was so good until the very end. Anyways, all right.
I actually thought the latter was the worst part, and the former was actually way better.
All right. Well, you know, I feel like we're talking about two different things here, but we'll just go and pass it off over to Becca.
Hey, I'm Becca, that's me, and I play Finyaris Baravan, the Eladrin elf sorcerer, and Fen is sometimes angry, but kind of just sad boy right now. Fen's pronouns are they, them.
Awesome. Kind of sad boy right now. Doesn't that describe us all? All right, go ahead and, Kyle, take us home, buddy.
Hello, my name is Kyle. I play Artie, the Chronergy Wizard, and he is the least angry, probably, in the group. And his pronouns are he, him.
Awesome. Yeah, that's our group for tonight. Jared may or may not be joining us a little bit later today. He had some stuff come up. So hopefully he'll be able to make it. He was our guest character, Smiler. Pronouns he, him. Great friend of the channel. And before we go ahead and get everything started, we're going to have a kickoff with a couple of announcements that we have. The first of these announcements is that we have a Discord now. We have a Discord that you guys can join, and we would love to have you join. It's a community of nerds and people who love D&D, and if you want to be there just to have some community or to be able to talk about the show, you are more than welcome. Yeah, it's a great time. If you guys want to check that out, go ahead and just type in !Discord in the chat, and that will just generate a link for you guys to follow and join our community. And we'd love to have you there. The second thing that we have is just an announcement about our general social media. So for those of you guys who don't know, Stop, Drop, and Roll is also on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. On YouTube and Instagram, you can find us at Stop, Drop, and Roll D&D, and on Twitter, we are at SDR_D&D. If you guys want to stay up to date on when we're streaming, watch previous episodes of the campaign, get access to polls, or ask questions for our Stop, Talk, and Roll interview show, you can do that on all those platforms. So go ahead and give us a follow on those. Cool. I think that's it. I think without further ado, I think we're ready to go, unless I'm mistaken. So go ahead and no more
Start
ado.
Game
Much
now.
more no ado. Go ahead and grab a seat, have a drink, and that's the order. Have drink, grab seat, and get ready for a hot dice-based storytelling.
Pew, 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 pew.
I'm not sure about the latter on this one.
Like all engineering majors
Kyle,
are just
he's
like
bonkers.
he's what a crazy guy. Well,
He's so
all right.
silly.
And we are back. So, the last that we left off. The Grim Troupe and Smiler, after shopping for a few supplies in Sanctuary, set back out into the Feywild to kick some demon ass. And you all stumbled upon the trail of canine paw prints that got more erratic and crazier as you traveled deeper, and were horrified to find Smiler's group of dogs had all been fused into this horrible eldritch creature in some demonic way. You put down the monstrous fusion of blink dogs, let Smiler mourn the loss, and discovered that there was those traces of that black liquid from the dogs, one that you'd encountered before. You guys took your long rest after a full day of that travel. During the night's watch, Emrin found a gravely injured dryad in the forest nearby named Sprigrin, apparently a part of Smiler's old squad, and took it upon herself to save his life. So as Sprigrin, revived and alive, ran back to Sanctuary, Smiler, thankful, but also wrestling with a couple things, revealed that he was at the end of his rope, and that he was planning to go to the 9 hells in order to stop the demons. He reasoned that devils knew how to fight demons, and if the 9 hells had devils, then that's where he needed to go to learn how to kill the demons that threatened his home. With that, you all had varying reactions to this revelation, but at the end decided that while you didn't agree with his methods, you would at least help him to get to the 9 hells. And with that, Joko took off in the direction of south, where apparently the demon lies. And that is where we pick up our story today. Having finished your heated discussion, you all face this deeper portion of the Feywild. The corrupted ground reflecting the twilight of the Feywild with undulating patterns of sickly green and purple that come through the roots and the trunks of these trees, the rocks, and the general vicinity. The sickness seems to permeate deeper into the land the further you look toward the south, and with one look like back at your campsite, you all set further into the Feywild for whatever horrible force has done these things. Joko, you taking the lead?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll a survival check for me, please, as you begin to track further into the forest. For apparently, you remember that some of Smiler's squad mates are still out there. I don't know how much you guys remember, but yeah.
That is a natural 1, Daniel.
All
Perfect.
right. Okay. Joko, you seem pretty firm on the trail. You tread out as fast as you can, going as fast as you can to go ahead and just like peering through the vines and the trees, and you're kind of like, yeah, I think I know what I'm doing. I absolutely know where we're going.
I'm also kind of steamed right now. Like, this dumbass wants to go get some demons to
Yeah.
fix the devil problem or
Definitely
whatever.
true.
Like, oh man, our planet is like overheating. We should have a new ice age to fix it. Like,
Yeah.
Joko's like in his head.
Yeah, for sure. And as you're kind of trekking out, you just kind of like steamed and like walking around, you begin just like trotting forward, just kind of in whatever direction you're going. And do you all follow Joko as he's leading the charge?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fen, you and Smiler and Poe all begin to run after Joko, going further in this direction. And you travel about 5 minutes, then 10 minutes. And then it keeps going as suddenly the forest isn't quite looking the same shade of that greens and purples, but rather seems kind of a little bit more vibrant, what you're used to in the Feywild. And Joko, go to make me a perception check real quick, please.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Mm-hmm.
That's a solid 10.
A solid 10. Nice.
Couldn't ask for better than that.
Great. You know, you're kind of looking out pretty just, you know, you're starting to gather yourself after having traveled for about 30 minutes or so in this direction. And as you're going, you hear a little bit of the sound of what seems to be like a pan flute.
Do we all hear it?
Yeah. I'd say that with a bit of time as you guys get closer and closer, you also start to hear the noise of this pan flute. Fen.
Oi, Joko, do you hear that?
What, the fucking flute? Yeah, I hear the fucking flute.
Problem, just checking. God, don't have to bite my head off.
Well, I mean, it's a flute in the fucking forest. It's kind of easy to hear, kind of pick out of the different nature sounds. Joko's kind of hefting his black blade.
Fen puts their hands up in a gesture of like, all right, whatever, and steps back into line.
All right. As you're
Joko's
traveling in this
gonna-
direction, the pan flute is a little louder if you're still moving, or if you guys like stopped, it's still playing a little bit. And as you're kind of hearing it, there's a couple notes out of tune, doesn't seem particularly good. And every once in a while, the pan flute will stop, and you hear like, "Ah, fuck," like just kind of a muted. It sounds like cursing sounds coming from this this direction.
Yoko's gonna turn around to look at the group, kind of raise an eyebrow. Isn't this when somebody suggests like, oh, let's go fucking quiet or something?
That's what you think we should do, then yeah, let's do it. Let's be quiet.
No, I was just waiting for that to happen. That normally happens when I'm just gonna try
Right,
and
yeah, well
walk
maybe
up to
we
somebody.
should maybe we should shut the fuck up then. Hmm?
I'm not saying I want to do it. I'm just saying it usually happens that somebody wants to do that. It just seems kind of odd that we heard something and everyone didn't want to go, let's go to the shadows.
Ben rolls their eyes and they're gonna start sneaking over in the direction of the flute to try to check it out, but I'm trying to be sneaky.
No. All right, so go to make a stealth check for me.
I'll follow behind Fen.
That is a 15.
The stealth character
15.
rolled a 19.
Nice. Stealth character, chink 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 chink. Nice, Joker. You and your new
Nuh-uh.
mithril, your
It
new
was more like
mithril
this,
plate.
shh, shh, shh.
the slight moving of the mithril plate is actually Delinaris did a wonderful job with this. And you notice that as you're traveling and trying to sneak, your plate does not slide against the inner mail of your coat at all anymore, actually allowing you to try and travel quietly, far better than you did before.
This shit's fucking easy. This is all they have to do.
All right.
Joker's kind of thinking to himself,
Sure. And as
they
you guys
fuck this up all the time.
as you guys get closer to the sound, you see there is it's a portly person? Question mark? Well, at least you think it is until you get about to his lower half of his body, which is notably furred with a small little goat tail and these goat appendages that come down to his hooves, which are he's currently bent over squat, very portly, kind of having this like beer gut that hangs over and kind of like swings around as he's trying to play on this what looks to be a half-broken reed panpipe. He's got a little bit of scruff on his chin, this kind of ginger scruff with this hair that kind of comes back slightly wild. He's balding on the top of his head, but it seems like he's tried to comb over in some places. Sweating profusely as he's bent over what looks to be some of the ground that looks corrupted that you guys have been traveling into, and he's currently playing desperately as you watch some of the reeds and the weeds begin to grow up, and then he messes a note, and then they all wither and die. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. All the other satyrs do it so goddamn well.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Starts spit shining in the middle.
This doesn't look like a normal fucking demon.
I don't think it's a demon at all, Joko. Fen is gonna step out into the clearing and make themselves visible, and they'll clear their throat and say, "Don't mean to disturb you."
Who the fuck goes there? He like kind of reaches around his person. He has what seems to be one small dagger hooked away in his side pocket. He isn't currently wearing any armor. His beer gut seemingly preventing him from doing so. He draws the dagger haphazardly and kind of draws it in your direction. I don't want no demon trouble, you demon.
Fen sort of cocks an eyebrow. looks down at the dagger and then back up at the satyr and doesn't move to make like for any of their weapons, but is gonna say, I'd put that away if I were you. We're not here to fight, and even if we were, I think you'd be outmatched.
Go to make an intimidation check for me, please.
Joko's gonna step out of the forest from like a different place and say, I'd probably listen to her if I were you. Oh shit!
The intimidation check is a nat 20 plus 10, so that's 30.
Oh,
Is he
baby.
tingle?
He dies.
He
He
dies on the spot.
It's about this moment that you see that he really is only clothed with what seems to be a loincloth, and at which point the loincloth seems to be dyed a interesting shade of yellow. And the dagger drops out of his hand, as does the reed panpipes. I never met a demon as terrifying as you. I'm just gonna go now. He kind of like,
Wait,
yes.
we're not demons. I was gonna ask you if you'd seen anything strange coming through here in regards to demons, but you clearly don't have a very good read on that, do you?
Oh, sorry. My eyesight's not particularly good. He kind of wipes it again. You're real scary like, so I thought maybe you might be a demon. I really haven't seen too many. I just was trying to make the wilds, take back that corrupted ground, you know?
Then sort of huffs, annoyed, and says, let's just go. This is a waste of time. If I were you, I'd make my way back to Sanctuary. These woods aren't exactly...
Oh, I don't like no
safe.
sanctuary. You think an unseelie like me would like sanctuary, all those uppity, hippie folk? That's a no.
Sorry, what? And what'd you call yourself?
Unseelie.
And looks at Joko. And Smiler, too, I guess.
Joko shrugs.
Why, you have some business with me? My kind?
No, we don't. Guess we'll just be on our way then.
All right. Well, you take care out there. You know, dangerous things in the woods. A lot of things bending out of shape.
Right. Think we can take care of ourselves, thanks.
All right. Bye, pretty demon.
When he says pretty, Fen, like, snaps their head back and looks at him again, just like death eyes.
I'm sorry. He tucks his, he scrambles to grab his reed pipes, slightly breaking them in the process. Oh! He curses and then he begins trotting out as he begins running off back deeper into the Feywild.
Well, that was a right waste of time. Should we keep going?
I mean, I guess
All right.
so.
Yeah, as you guys are kind of looking around in this area, the tree line has kind of opened up slightly when you were meeting this satyr person, and there seems to be these massive, what looks to be mountain spires, but they're interesting in that it almost looks like they're like teeth, like kind of bent into each other. They look like Half Dome from Yosemite, but like facing one another. So it's almost like forming like this gap in the middle of these mountains that kind of lead out towards kind of something in the distance you can't quite see into the horizon. It's pretty far, but it's a beautiful sight that carves this valley in the middle of these giant maw-like spires of mountainous rock kind of just ahead and across from you. It's almost like you're in the middle of Yosemite Valley, like in the mouth of this massive mountainous region. And it's about this time, Joko, that you hear a familiar voice entering into your mind.
Joko, it's Artie.
What the fuck?
I'm ready to join you. Do you need anything?
What?
Are you okay?
Fucking.
I have exactly 9 more words in this message.
Joko, so far you have used what and fucking, so you have 18 more words.
Where are you? Adi?
Are you saying this out loud or in your head?
He's definitely saying it out loud.
Okay.
I'm sure you can just say it in your head, but Joko's definitely saying it out loud.
Okay. What? Do you hear something? Is Ollie messaging you?
Is that what he's doing?
What, are you hearing his voice in your head?
Yeah, he said, do I need anything?
That's it.
Well, he said he was coming, too.
Oh. Well, yeah, that's an important bit of information.
Artie, that's about what you hear at the end of that.
Perfect. Okay.
You hear Joko
That
talking
was
to Fen, and it's just like this
that's a
rambling and
good-
just cuts off.
That was a good use of my spell slot right there. You know what? We love to see that. We
It's
love
like talking
see.
it's like talking to your uncle on a FaceTime.
Oh,
Love to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
Incredible boomer energy from Joko.
Do you need anything from the store? What?
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 Who is this?
Caitlin, you're on my phone. I can
I can see
you.
your face.
Okay, well, he doesn't seem like he's in trouble.
doesn't seem
So
like
I
it.
guess I'll just teleport myself.
Do you know
Well, I don't
where
know
they
where
are?
to. I don't know where to go now.
Do you know where they are?
This
You,
is good.
you
This
can
is
try
going
and
well.
teleport randomly. But
Fucking damn Shoko. Okay, I would like to send a new message to Fen.
you got
Great.
it. You got it.
Let me write it out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he's coming or something.
What? Is he meeting us here? Should we wait?
I don't know. Does he
You
know
didn't
where I
ask
am
him?
now? What?
You didn't bother trying to tell him where we were?
Well, I thought he just knew.
How is he supposed to just know? Also, wait, look at... Shouldn't the forest be more, like, desecrated? Like, it feels like we're going in the wrong direction.
Fen, it's Artie. Where are you located?
Maybe.
Please be as specific as possible. Also, tell Joko he's a massive idiot, but I still love him.
Maybe it is like not as evil over here.
Right, hey, hang on. Daniel, can I see that, satyr, or is he, like, long gone?
By this time, he's probably gone, seeing as you gave him death glare. And also...
I didn't.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to be anywhere near you guys, so he's gone.
Okay,
Fair.
Oh, that in my head, Joko, he wants you to know that he misses you, and he
Hates
says he's been
people.
having dreams about you. It kind of was weird that he used his message to tell me that, but, you guys can talk it out when he gets here. Hang
He's
on.
doing it to you now.
Well, yeah, Smiler. Daniel, can I, like, ask
Yes.
questions of him?
Yeah, of course you can. Yes.
Okay, great. Do you have any idea where we are? Like, I'm trying to give instructions to
Well,
another member of our party to come and meet us, but
well, judging by the way that the mountains are looking right now, I think we're quite near the maw of the earth. It's what we have named these mountains in this area.
all right. Then to Artie in their head is gonna respond. Let me count my words. Artie, we're at maw of the earth. Ask Solaris for directions. Big mountains look like teeth. Joko misses you too. That's 20.
That's I think you have 5 more. It's 25, right?
5
Artie?
more, yeah, it's
Ooh,
25.
25?
Ooh, gotta get that last 5 words of
Yeah,
it.
you
Rock
hear
to
you hear
da
you
to
hear
da.
Fen go at the end. Ooh, 25, and then it's done.
Great.
Okay, perfect. Daniel, is there like a map or something that someone would have, maybe in like the library?
Well, you could talk to Ilfendrel, the priest. You could talk to Solaris, who knows
I don't
the
think I
area
know
pretty
where the
well.
maw of the earth is.
Yeah.
That's
You
why
have
I
you have a
asked for
description of it
directions.
though, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me read the spell real quick. I haven't read the
Uh-huh.
spell. You.
Uh-huh.
What's the odds I mishap?
Uh-huh.
Description. Ooh, we don't like
Almost
those odds.
50%.
Yeah,
You know?
it's probably fine, right?
Famous last words.
Oh
I mean,
boy.
50%
There's
chance you're
no-
totally
You end up back in
fine.
Dracula's castle.
Boy.
No. A description. There's only a 25% chance I'm on target.
Okay, okay.
What else do I see? Associated. No, I don't have any objects.
No.
I think this is the best I'm gonna get, looking at the odds here, because I haven't seen it, and I don't think I'll be able to see it. Does seeing a picture of it count as seeing it?
Seeing that would be viewed once. Probably be viewed once.
A picture
it'd be-
counts as viewed once?
Yeah, I would count it as viewed once. Yeah.
Well, it's the exact same as a description.
Or description. I guess yeah.
So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay, frickin' God bless America.
Oh baby.
Artie is going to
Oh no.
take Junkie out
Mm-hmm.
and give his statuette to Junkie.
Okay.
Say, okay, Junkie, you need to hold this for me. And then I'm going to imagine the statuette and Junkie next to my friends in the maw of the Feywild.
Okay.
And do my best with the description that I was given to teleport there.
Go ahead and roll me a D100, buddy.
I think you
Oh,
should.
I rolled a D100.
It says
Oh,
the DM
God.
rolls a D100 and consults
Your
the table.
fate is in my hands, friend.
Let's
25 or
consult
higher.
the table.
Prage.
Where am I?
Uh-huh.
Right.
You
Mhm.
also have to probably roll wild magic.
No,
There's
he
a
doesn't
50-50
anymore.
shot.
He doesn't anymore.
Oh, there is
Oh.
no more 50-50?
Yeah, for you, you're used to the magic now, so you're
You're
actually able
fancy,
to.
boy.
You're able to
Okay.
cast spells without doing the wild magic.
Yay, I did it. I've become one with magic. Smile.
Uh-huh.
What do I see, Daniel?
Okay. We'll come back to you, Artie.
Oh god.
Joko and Fen, you are on the outskirts. You guys are currently going to what do you guys want to what are you guys doing? What do you guys want to do?
Can I see? Oh, it's twilight, so there's no sun. Is there like any way? Do I have a compass? Do compasses exist? Like, is there a way for me to figure out which way is south?
Mm-hmm.
You have a smiler.
You do have a
So,
smiler. You can also you can try
Joko-
and make a survival check for me if you'd like.
Joko's gonna turn to the smiler
Mm-hmm.
and
The
he's
smiler.
gonna say, "Are we going the right way here? Does this look familiar to you?"
Well, this looks less corrupted, so if we're trying to get to somewhere that's, demon infested, I think we're going in the wrong direction, probably. I think we're about a couple of miles north of the maw of the earth. I think we should be maybe going more into the corruption, personally.
Right, yeah. Great. Well, I guess we'll just turn around then. Nice going, Joko.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Figure out where we're going better next time.
I'm not the fucking directions guy. It's not my fault Poe's been zoning out for the last few days.
I was just drooling, open mouth.
He's just
Vacant.
following a butterfly around, just, well.
Right, well, guess if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. I'll take the lead.
After you then.
All right. Go to
Okay,
make a
it's
survival
an
check, please.
18.
18, not too
18.
bad. You get yourselves more back on the course as you are traveling forward. You start to realize you're like, oh wait, we definitely went like way to the east of where we were supposed to go. You navigate yourselves back towards and start finding similar landmarks until once again you're able to find your camp and start setting out from that point again, which takes you to about midday, as you guys have lost quite a few hours in the morning. Artie, you are met with a splash. As you splash into this water, your body just aching something fierce as you take 18 points of force damage. Ugh. You feel kind of delirious and a little bit, out of sorts after that, and you gather yourself. Junkie's there with a statuette. And you look up. The water around you kind of smells a little humid. You're starting to hear crickets and kind of the sound of bugs and water fauna. And you look up to see an unfortunately familiar sight. Certainly not this Maw of the Earth, but rather Baba Yaga's hut.
Oh, fuck.
Covered in swamp water, you come to hearing the ha ha of the crows alighting and fluttering off into the distance. And you see the hut, a candle lights from the interior.
I'm looking around. I'll do like a quick look around to make sure that for some reason there's no maw looking thing here around me.
Go to make a perception check.
Just to make sure it's not actually. Oh Jesus, hold on. Oh, that's a good one. That's gonna be with modifiers 5.
Ooh, okay. You don't see it. It's a little misty. It's a little foggy. Kind of hard to
spooky.
see out there.
Spooky.
Little spooky indeed.
Junkie. I think we missed the mark.
Junkie looks at you indignantly, like, yeah, of course you did.
Junkie, you know what? You don't need to make me feel bad. I'm trying my best here. Don't use that language. What have you learned from Joko? I need to start separating you two. Good gosh.
Puts his head down kind of like ashamedly and then kind of comes up and nuzzles against your neck like, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Okay, well, at least we have someone that can maybe get me there.
On cue, as you say that, you hear the door open on its own to the inside. This time, no smell of pies.
I can use Mage Hand too, but it still's creepy when you do it. And I'll walk in.
All right. The hut descends on its chicken legs to the base floor of the swamp, letting you step into the interior of a hut you've been in once before.
No me gusta.
You don't see Baba Yaga in the dim interior. You see the candles and that chair in the corner. No cat this time. As well as the number of heads and eclectic instruments gathered all about, the various hanging, pickled, and pruned appendages kind of jangling above your head like a bunch of very, very disturbing wind chimes. And from deep within you hear an echo.
It seems you're back, my friend the gnome. You've come once again to Baba Yaga's home.
It seems that fate wanted me to give you another discussion. How's everything going since we left?
Oh, things are grand. Things are great. I have a few things just left up to fate. Come on in to this room of mine. I'm sure we can figure out what you need to find.
Yes.
I just need to clean myself up real quick. I'll be right in.
No.
You feel a wind just burst through the door and past you. You feel your cheeks as the wind goes off and dries you off completely and leaves you smelling actually quite okay. Maybe not great. You smell less like swamp water now, a little bit more like pickles.
I mean, that works too. Thank you. I appreciate it. Were you scared I was gonna leave? Where am I going? It's okay. I'm an honest guy. You can see that in me.
I'm here to help. That little prestidigitation is all I did.
Oh, I need to work out more. That felt like a lot more than a prestidigitation. Was that actually more than a prestidigitation, or am I just weak as hell?
You can make an insight check. Or an arcana check.
I?
Or an arcana check. Your choice.
Can I do an arcana check?
Yeah, sure.
22.
22. That was prestidigitation. Just far stronger than literally any prestidigitation than you've ever felt before. If that is her lowest level magic, and it comes out with that amount of force,
Impressive.
it says a lot about this.
Yeah, it's pretty. I respect it. Respect it.
You do see that there is the room that you remember that there was the bookcase that Baba Yaga walked through. The bookcase leans open once she tells you to come inside, and you can hear the sound of like something boiling, like the gradual of like bubbles popping on the surface.
Yeah, I'll walk in. Although she's creepy as hell, I haven't had a reason to be scared for my life.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll go in and try to find a seat or something.
You do walk in, and it is pitch black. You can barely see, even with your dark vision. It feels like almost like magical darkness encroaches on the edges of this room, obscuring your sight. Of which you're pretty grateful for, because in the corner you swear you see like legs of a human just kind of sticking out from the corner, and you kind of walk past that. In the other, you swear you see the shadows moving, almost like they're biting down on something. There's also a collection of various different enigmatic ornaments and items littered across this room, but the most pressing thing that draws your vision is in the center of the room, the hunched form of Baba Yaga, the hooked nose hag, hunched over this large metal cauldron that is currently steaming and boiling. You remember that this is the one that you guys jumped into, except it seems like she's bigger somehow. Maybe it's a trick of the light or of the darkness and the shadows around you, but it feels like almost she's like stretched to the ceiling in some ways.
There's a lot different atmosphere than the first time I came in here with my friends. Are you trying a new spell, or this? It's kind of like a creepy ambiance we're getting here.
Oh, my friend, I'm in preparation.
Oh, what are you preparing?
There are people who require some of my greatest innovations. Some say they'd be your friends. But that's talk for another day. You came here. What is it you want to say?
Well, I seem to have I'm relatively new to the teleportation magic in general. It's quite easy when you're going to a circle, but gets more difficult going to ambiguous places, especially when your friends don't give you a good description of the area. But
Oh.
regardless,
She turns up her nose, kind of like she relates with the comment.
yeah, well,
Happens
now,
all the
here.
time. Especially
know.
with a few careless sisters of mine.
Well, then you understand that I would like to reunite with them, at least somewhat soon, as I'm very far away from them at this point.
Oh yes, I understand. You know my wish, your wishes. My command, if only you make a trade with me. That's the only way your wish will come to be.
Don't do it, man.
Type of trades are you looking for?
The shadows grow across the room, almost like flames. That illusion that you thought before, where the shadows looked like they were gonna like lick or even consume something, begin to not look so much like an illusion. And Baba Yaga seems even larger as her face comes closer to you, shadows engulfing the edges of her form and her eyes going pitch dark.
I have a trade I want, my dear. That Fen friend of yours. They are the one I want to see. Why don't you bring them back to me? And then our deal is made. What say you to this little trade?
I think that, although it seems fair to me, that's not the friend that I want to be.
Oh!
I'm your
Sorry.
own medicine.
Well, very well. The trade is not. You leave your only friends to rot for where they are. You will soon find it'll be hard for them to come back alive.
Then won't you miss what you're trying to find?
Oh no, my friend. I know where they are. The souls I collect. It isn't quite so hard. But I want something more from you.
She sniffs loudly, and with this grotesque, you see like a couple of like boogers shake and shift in the middle of her large engorged nostrils, and she licks her lips.
Is the misery. The misery.
Can I insight check what she means by this?
Sure,
Like-
you can certainly try.
We're just trying to
Go to make an insight check.
decode a little more of it.
Go to make an insight check.
That's a 15.
15. Maybe it's the shadows, maybe it's something else, but this woman, creature, hag, is unlike any other creature you've met, and her very presence is unsettling. Hard to wrap around which one of her words are benign or lies or tricks. Part of it is the rhyme scheme. You can't quite understand what her desires or her methods are.
You know, Baba Yaga, I really respect you. I think that you have power that I envy. And I think that you're in a position that I could see myself be in a future lifetime. Maybe with different methods, but I really do look up to you.
She shows her teeth in a small chuckle, the yellowed, grimy, even blackened teeth, kind of rotting breath coming out.
I do have a question. How'd you get the level of power? I noticed from your spellcasting earlier that
Ah,
it's quite immense.
knowledge is something you seek to find.
I'm sure you do as well. It's what we live for, isn't it?
Well, a trade is what I need. My gnome friend mine. Nothing I give away for free.
And what did you give away to get your power?
She looks off into the distance, a faraway, glassy look.
Everything has a cost for me. Everything.
I want to try to look deeply at her and see if I can see any sort of if spellcasting takes away from her life essence. That's my initial
Ooh,
thought.
Okay, you can make an Arcana check. The DC is going to be real high, but you can make an Arcana check. This is something
I'm
really
good at it.
specific you're trying to find, and you're trying to do it just by looking at them, instead of you're not experimenting on a body. You're not able to dissect this. You're just trying to do this at a glance.
I definitely can't dissect this. But I didn't roll too bad. 15 plus 10 is a 25.
Unfortunately, the DC is higher.
Do I gain any sort of
You're not sure if it's life force or what it was, but it seems like her words seem to. She must have given up something huge for the amount of. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it could be, but there's some story there. You can't determine if it's the life force or not. It could be.
Oh yeah.
You're just not sure. Slowly over time, though, her face wrinkles to a bit more irritation and annoyance, and her foot starts to tap on the ground.
Well, it's not my job to give you Fen. I think that's between you and them. But is there something else I can do, perhaps? Glancing around the room, looking for anything that, any magical item or artifact that you want me to collect for you?
Offer me something better, friend. Otherwise, they will meet their end.
All right, Daniel, I really don't mean to take a lot of time on this.
Yeah, you
but
got it. You got it.
Kind of,
You need to name
I-
something. You need to name your price.
No.
And
Can I-
she already said that her price is Fen. For you to bring Fen back, you need to give something of equivalent value. In Baba Yaga's eyes. Think
What?
fast.
Is there any other person that has...
What can you offer, Kyle? What can you offer?
What Kyle can offer?
What can you offer of your friends? What can you offer? What do you have? Not just on your person, but what can you promise? You gotta have something.
If I promise that I'll train under you in the future.
Only then you and you alone will gain. That kind of trade, that's not the same.
Wants
I
something of
give you
someone.
one more chance, my gnomish friend. After that, deal is off. The end.
The shadows grow darker, creeping across the room, seemingly almost crawling toward you. As if the very house is starting to shake and move and hunger. As you rack your brain.
I'm gonna cast Dimension Door. and teleport to the swamp beneath me if I'm in the air. I just want to be out of the house. Wait, hold on. Kyle's racking his brain. Artie's racking his brain.
Okay.
Hold on. Thinking.
Okay.
I'm in another plane. Oh god, Daniel, why do you do this to me?
You gotta trade, Bomi. You gotta trade. Or you can walk.
I'm just gonna walk. I'm not trading Ben. I don't care if
Alright.
she gets them. I'm not doing it.
Alright. You dimension door. Baba Yaga, while it looks like she has more than enough time to react, lets you go. As you dimension door
I figured.
to what you think is outside the house, but you're stopped at the limits of the house. You actually have to physically exit the door as you remember that this is a demiplane. But you're able to get to the door, you exit out. The cackling of Baba Yaga in the background. As the crows also caw and hoot and flutter around you. You exit the house, gasping for air, and as you turn around, the house is no longer there. It's gone. And you were left alone in Baba Yaga's swamp. Cutting back to Fen and Joko. You all are traveling through the forest that you've been in, and Artie still hasn't arrived yet, as you guys have gotten deeper into the corrupted forest. It's been about an hour at this point, maybe two. It's been a number of hours at this point. You're starting to get to a little past, like, I would say it was like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Are we making any progress?
It seems like you guys are. You see, in between then, you guys have proceeded about 3 hours worth south into the forest. Do you guys want to make a perception check or survival check? That is up to you.
Yeah, I'd like to see sort of how. I mean, we know how far we've come, but maybe if I can get a sense of, do we feel like we're getting close? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Survival check, you said, to get close? Yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a survival check, I'd say. Joko, is there anything you want to look for?
I want to make sure that I want to see like some evidence of like increasing corruption as we've been moving along.
Okay, sounds good. That's a perception check or an investigation, your choice.
What about a nature check? Can I sell you on
Oh,
a
you know
nature
what?
check?
Yeah, I would allow that. Yeah, I would allow that for sure. As you're examining the trees and their essence, sure.
Yeah, I rolled a
Ooh,
Who is this?
21 for me and 22 for Joko.
Lovely. Fen, you're finding that as you're kind of entering deeper into the forest, you guys do seem to be getting closer. The essence of the corruption is definitely starting to get way heavier as you're starting to feel some sort of pressure on your mind. Not quite to the extent that you did when you fought the demon last time, but it's starting to get there. You kind of feel like you did when you were right outside the town of Babblebrook.
Uh-huh. Oh, God. There's that headache again. Hey, speaking of which, don't you think that Ollie should be here by now? Should we have waited for him? I guess we just left.
I mean, I don't know. I thought that he was gonna come to us, right? Like,
Right,
doesn't
yeah.
he know where we are? Like, how did
Well,
how did he like talk to us, huh? Was that message, right? How did he send us a
Yes.
message if he didn't know where we are?
I don't know. I'm starting to get a really bad feeling about this, though. Smiler, are you a magic user? I don't even...
Not to the extent of maybe yourself. You're a very powerful magic user. I use a few elements to draw from the wilds, but nothing particularly potent to the extreme that you or maybe your friend Artie do.
Right, So you've got no way that we could contact him, because I don't know how to do that.
I mean, maybe I could talk to an animal, have it try and find him, and can he talk to animals?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah.
But what
Then,
could we like give it a note? Is that insane?
Sure. Yes, I think we could. He kind of looks around at the forest around him. I mean, finding a animal in this region might be a task on its own, but I'm sure we could send a note if we do find one. Yes.
All right, yeah. Well, let's keep our eyes peeled then.
Nice.
Guess we just keep on going.
All right. Well, I'm going to look for an animal. Do you mind? Do you want to look with me real quick?
Yeah, definitely. Some sort of animal that can maybe like find him and
Quickly,
bring him
for sure. Yeah,
bring him back.
that'll be great. Okay, cool. So he's gonna attempt to find an animal. I'll say that he's giving you the help action, Fen. You can make a perception check or a perception check, nature check, or survival check. Your choice. Oh, yes.
Okay, I'll do perception.
Okay.
And so it's at advantage, or do I add something?
At
for the help?
advantage because Smiler's helping you out.
Okay. Oop. Let's try that again.
Mhm.
Okay, great. That's a 21.
21. Nice. You see there's the various kind of fauna sounds that kind of happen, but you're unsure if they're like actual fauna sounds or like almost like an illusion of this weird terrible space. But you do see there is kind of what seems to be stuck in branches currently trying to flap out of it is a small little bird that looks like a songbird. Just kind of like
Maya.
frantically like trying to get out of these branches. Oh, right
Do you
there.
think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He runs up to it. After a bit, he kind of like gently frees the bird from the branches. You watch him kind of like channel some magic, talk to it, and after a bit, he kind of gives you a thumbs up. I think if we tie something to this little one's legs, we can get it to Artie as long as it can find it. We don't know where Artie is,
Right.
though, do we? Is he in Sanctuary?
No. Yeah, actually, yeah, as far as I know.
Right. We can send it there.
Right, Great, yeah, here. And Fen will take out a piece of paper and write, Artie, comma, follow this bird, find us if you can, P.S., Joko sends a kiss. And hands it to Smiler.
Sounds good. Smiler looks at the note, kind of gives you an eyebrow, looks at Joko and kind of gives him an eye, being like, "Huh, didn't think he was that kind of a person, but all right." Like like a romantic sort of fellow. Didn't track that. And then he goes to tie the little note around the leg and then the two of them like kind of go back in little songbird notes and the bird flies off through the trees.
All right, I guess we should probably wait here for a bit, don't you think?
I mean, I don't know what else we should do. We kind of need Artie, right? He's
Right,
got the
yeah.
fucking brain protection or whatever.
Oh, no, but he gave us the... And Fen, like, looks into their bag to try to pull out the mote. And does it just disappear after a day? Is that...
As you go to like pull up the moat is now dull and colorless, as if there is no more magic left within it.
Right, yeah. So, probably be good to have him. I'm not trying to go ahead without that. We can make a little camp, take a bit of a rest, wait for him.
Maybe in the meantime we could try and spot out this other portal. not get too close, but
Right. Yeah, well,
lay of the land.
if you want to go ahead, I can post up here and wait. See if Artie finds us. You can scout ahead a bit if you want.
Well, why don't we two go and we'll leave the rest of them with Smiler and everybody.
You want us to wait here, me, Poe and I, for
Do you-
Artie?
Do you mind?
No. I mean, well, as much as I do want to see our squad mates, I think having another person would be good. So you
Yeah, all right.
we'll set up camp here. He kind of looks around. We'll have at least a small signal for you to be able to find us. Good luck. Don't stray too far. If you run into trouble, make sure to get us.
Yeah. Will do.
Right.
All right, let's go.
Blessing
Joko.
of Corellin go with you.
Sure. Jogo will turn around and walk into the forest.
All right, so you two are scouting on ahead, looking for source of the demon corruption. All right, go ahead, make a survival check for me as you trek further into the wilds.
I will do it.
Okay.
Can I try and keep an eye on the trees to kind of monitor and increase in the corruption?
Sure,
go along?
sure. That's a nature check, yeah?
If
Go
you'll
for it.
allow it.
Oh, of course I will. Nice,
Who is
mate,
this
nice.
guy? He knows so much about
There's
plants.
so
Gosh.
much about plants.
It's a 21 survival for me,
21
too.
survival. Okay, sounds good. All right. Yeah, more than good enough. As you trek for about an hour south, you notice some breaks in the routes, as if something was traveling really quickly through here. And as you guys keep going on, first of all, Joko, you're noticing definitely an increase in the corruption. It's so much so that it literally starts to manifest far more in the terrain. Not only is there this purplish, sickly green coloration, but the trees start to warp in unnatural ways. Tree trunks that have kind of created these C shapes that kind of like loop around on themselves, leaves starting to grow down where there is no sun. Rocks and formations that don't look natural at all but seem to have been like almost like moved and warped in ways that make no sense to the human mind. Some of them looking like the dirt is on the top, or some of them looking like sedimentary rock that goes in all sort of cross-sectional ways. There is just things that start to conflict with your understanding of the foundations of nature, that begin to put like a churning in your gut. Something just instinctively wrong here. And Fen, as you get closer, you start to notice these tracks up ahead, relatively fresh. Seems to be like two sets. One is humanoid, and then occasionally, every 5 paces or so, you'll see a couple of small footprints that are, you almost would miss them if it wasn't for your really good survival check. They seem to be the size of a pixie. So one humanoid, one pixie.
I'll point this out to Joko and make a gesture like, let's be quiet, let's be sneaky.
Joko kind of like does a quiet sigh. Always gotta be fucking sneaky. But he'll kind of fall in line behind Fen.
Alright, sounds good. Okay. You guys going to make stealth checks for me first, as you guys begin to follow these tracks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord.
Yes,
This guy's
wow,
so
16
sneaky.
Oh, come
today
on.
for me.
All right, 18 and a 16.
It's a 20. 30,
20. Nice. Very good. As you guys are sneaking up, the footprints go further on ahead. They get much wider space in between the feet after a little bit, and there also seems to be like another like kind of like weird deformations in the ground that you really don't know what to make of. And after you follow it for about 10 minutes or so, you start to hear a groaning. out past the tree line.
Hmm.
Uh, you sneak up
I want
closer?
to. Yeah, I want to try to get closer and
Okay.
investigate.
Sounds good. As you get closer, you see there is a, looks like an Eladrin woman, Autumn, with these like small little pieces of branch in her hair that form a sort of like bark flower crown around her head, with a staff that seems to be broken, very, very injured. Yeah, and just go ahead and make a quick investigation check for me, or perception check, your choice.
How far away is she?
She's
Oh
right now
my
probably
God.
about 30 feet away from you.
I want to
It's a
cast.
21.
21.
I want to cast Divine Sense.
Okay, go. Divine Sense is within 60 feet. What kind of creatures? It's fiend, aberration, celestial, fey.
I think so.
Okay, yeah. Within 60 feet. As it passes through this person, yeah. No fey essence from them. They're Eladrin. And you don't get any of the blips of like demons or anything like that.
Hmm. Okay. I kind of nod to Fen.
All right.
Yeah,
as with your what's the perception check for you, Fen?
it was 16 plus 5,
Okay, 21.
21.
21.
This is the fifth 16 that I've rolled in
No,
this
that's great.
session
That's
so
great.
far, by
They
the
look
way.
super injured. Just honestly pretty terrible in general. Like they've just been like, it almost looks like they've been burned, but not by fire, but by like acid. Like things have ripped away at pieces of their clothing. They seem to be breathing pretty hard. And they seem to have some like this like almost like maybe what you think is like blood at the on their foot. Just they look pretty bad.
Um, I'm gonna like sort of look around and see, does there seem to be like any other movement around, any other creatures?
Go to make an investigation check for me.
Um, s- uh, 15.
15. Yeah, with investigation 15, seems no, it doesn't. It seems like they're the only person in the clearing.
Great. I'm gonna like creep over to them, to her, right?
Yes, to her. To
Well,
her.
I'm gonna
Seems
creep over to
like
her
a her.
and
You're not sure, but yeah.
yeah, you never know.
Could
All
be
right.
NB, you
Well,
don't know.
I creep over and say, "What are your pronouns?" No,
She, her,
also,
she, her.
great. Um,
This cannot be the
I'm
time, Fen.
dying. No, I need to know your
It's
pronouns.
time.
Yeah. So Fen is gonna creep over to her and place a hand on her shoulder. Here, take my hand, and I'm gonna try to prop her up.
Uh, uh,
Shh. Sorry, if you could be quiet.
I felt my ribs moving in me. If you would take care to. Thank you, first of all. Oh, God. Oh, they took Holly.
Holly,
Holly.
is that your friend?
Yes. She's the pixie who worked with us to come deeper into here. We were part of the squad. They took her. I think she's nearby still.
Part of Smiler's squad.
Yes. Smiler, you know him.
Yeah,
Yes,
I do.
yes, Smiler's squad.
He's just back here. Come on, let's get you over here. Let's.
I need to go get Holly first.
No,
I can't.
You're not in a shape to go and get anyone. Come on, I'll
I'll
help you back.
a druid, I have, very powerful and can take care of myself.
Yeah,
But-
you're very
Thanks.
powerful.
But
Stand up on your own then.
fine.
She
I
kind of
didn't think
shakes
so.
shakes
on.
you off, Fen.
I think she went this way.
Fen, now with the 21 passive perception, you notice that there's something on the ankle. It's not blood. You were noticing something. She smelled kind of a little bit like sulfur, and there's like something attached to her ankle. that's red.
I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder to stop her walking and gesture down to her ankle and say, "What's that?
Sorry, what?
On your ankle, what is that? Do you know?"
No, I don't.
I'm gonna squat down and take a closer look.
Okay, sounds good. Go to make an investigation check for me.
Ooh, it's an 11.
It's an 11. Okay. As you're kind of looking out and trying to figure out what this thing is that's attached to her, and you look down, it's red, and it's so small you almost wouldn't see it. It's like maybe 3 inches across. Like if it looks like a rope of some kind, but it's not threaded. It's like this, it's like a long red tendril. And as you're thinking about that, you watch as her eyes go red, Joko, and she reaches out her hand to cast a spell.
Oh no!
I don't know what to do.
Do you not try
I'm
to
gonna
do
grab Fen.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna grab Fen and throw her away from the lane.
I need you to roll initiative, and we're gonna do that after a break.
Woo!
Woo! All right, y'all. See y'all in a little bit. And we are back. Also, thank you, Sweet Nectar, for the resubscription. We love you very much, buddy. All right, and as you guys come back, I need you all to roll initiative. And by you all, sorry, I just mean Andrew and Becca.
Ooh, that's a dirty 20.
That is a dirty 20. Doughty,
Let's
Doughty
go,
20.
lady.
Let's go.
Show me my token.
Your token.
Click the button.
Okay, you got it. En 3, 2, 1, as you are here in this part of the forest, you can see the
Token.
warped space down in the bottom left, where the Feywild is literally warped around these terrible things. It ain't looking pretty. In unnatural ways.
Excellent.
All right, Joko, good, nice stuff. And this one rolled an 8. Awesome. So you are both going before the form of what seems to be one of Smiler's squad mates with this weird red tendril on her feet, and it's certainly strange. Fen, as you're backing up, Joko, Fen, you are first on the docket, and Joko, you're up. Fen, as you watch as she extends her hand out, magic starting to glow across her form. Fen, it is you. What are you doing?
Okay, I am going to summon my hound, first of
Okay.
all, as bonus action.
Okay.
So he pops up out of the shadows, snarling, and is
Lovely.
standing right next to me, like right in her face.
You got it right there.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to cast Hold Person.
Oh,
On
okay. Go. So
See if I can.
as you reach
on her
out,
deck.
that's a wisdom saving throw.
It is
got
probably,
it.
I think, at disadvantage because
Sounds
of.
good. As you reach out to cast Hold Person, and the magic goes, it doesn't take hold. As you realize this thing isn't a person.
Not humanoid?
It's not humanoid.
Oh, fuck that. Okay.
As your eyes kind of follow, you follow the tendril. The tendril stretches for about 100 feet. You don't know how much longer it goes. It just stretches this direction.
Cool. Then I am going to, sorry, my brain is like short-circuiting right
No,
now.
you're so good. That was your action to Hold Person, your bonus action to Hound. Do you want to move? You still have your movement left?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna try to, because I'm on the ground, right?
You are not prone technically, but yeah, you're crouched over, yeah. So you're standing.
Okay. I'm gonna try to back away.
Okay, sounds good. She goes to reach out towards you with a melee attack as her arm begins to shimmer with a slight translucent red color and smack out at you. And that's going to be... That is going to be an 11 to hit.
Misses.
It misses as it goes wide. The fingers kind of like almost like meshing together for a quick moment before separating and slapping out at you, and you're confused and certainly taken aback at whatever this thing is. All right, Fen, you can move.
All right, I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna leave my dog here, and then I'm gonna shout at Joko. Oh, yeah. So heads up, she's not human. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. And that'll be my turn.
Okay, that's the end of your turn. Joko.
Oh wait.
Oh yes.
Let me roll. Let me roll to see if I need to roll wild magic.
Oh yes, because you casted whole person. Thank you.
Even.
Even, so you don't have to. You're good.
Great.
Awesome. Joko, you are up.
Joko is going to unsheath the black blade and then kind of mutter under his breath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's talk to every fucking person we see in this goddamn forest, huh? And he's gonna rear back and swing through this,
You got it.
whatever
Go
it
ahead and
is.
roll to hit, please.
It's a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
And, I'm going to do some, little bit of radiant damage
You
with,
got
how about we run a 3rd level Divine Smite?
3rd level Divine Smite.
Boosh, that's 22 extra radiant damage.
Nice,
So
so that's
16 plus
total.
22
Okay.
total.
16 plus 22 total. Nice stuff. As you slash through this creature's form and it turns to mush and disappears as the tendril rapidly slithers away from this disintegrated mess in the ground as this form of this person is no longer there. But the tendril retreats, receding quickly in this direction. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that direction.
Are we still in initiative? Is it?
Oh, absolutely. Joko,
Okay.
so that was your first attack action. As you see the tendril move that way. You have your movement, you have your extra attack,
Does
and you
the
have your bonus.
tendril
Yes.
move out of my reach?
Technically it's not a
own
creature.
accord?
That thing is like, that's flavor. It's basically like receding. It's not like actually moving out of your movement. It kind of just dissipates when, I just did that for flavor. And also for the combat puzzle.
Okay. Then, do you want me to roll Wild Magic?
Yes, please, for your Divine Smite.
Do you want me to do a 100?
D100, yes, because you're not used to the... Joko really hasn't bothered trying to get used to the magic, right? He's just kind of been brute forcing it.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
39.
39.
39 is, you regain 2d10 hit points. Man, you guys are rolling well on this stuff. Seriously,
Sweet.
like, every time, it's awesome. Alright,
Tell that to me, who is now 10 inches shorter.
you are
than
10
I
inches
was
shorter,
before we
Fed.
started.
That is rough. That is real rough. How does it feel how's the weather down there? Alright, Joko, that's, your wild magic. And, what do you want to do with your movement, extra attack, and your bonus action?
I want to turn around to Fen. Fen? I don't know what the fuck's going on. You want to get out of
Yeah,
here or
but-
what?
Oh, yeah. Let's fucking cut and run.
Fucking deal. Joker's gonna back up in the opposite direction
Okay,
of that tentacle
sounds good.
thing where it went.
Yeah, you got it. Sounds good. Alright, that's the end of your turn. Next up is whatever this thing is. You see, it's kind of down further below. You couldn't see before. The first thing you see is there is a form of what seems to be possibly a small little pixie embedded in this horrible mass, this red globular mass of faces and tendrils slowly slicking its way across the terrain that peers out of the shadows. And this pixie is struggling against its bonds, looking horribly injured, currently looking like she's being consumed by it, as this creature is visible to you all now. This oblex that oozes its way across the terrain with her embedded inside of it. And as it gets vision on you and Fen, Joko, it is going to... Alright. Fen and Joko, as you watch the terrain right next to the both of you you watch as it looks to sprout like these strange, like, patterns upon patterns of these fractal images, like a kaleidoscope, kind of all around you for a moment, like making you go like, what the hell is going on, as this kaleidoscopic imagery begins to take you, as the Feywild seems to double, triple, quadruple around you in these beautiful spiraling images in this pattern. I need you both to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh God.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Fen, as you stare on this hypnotic pattern, you look up at it and you think, wow, it's so beautiful. And you just stare at the pattern unmoving. Joko. 14. You also look at the pattern, you go, wow, you know, that is really pretty. The two of you, at one point, you're like, weren't we supposed to be running? But just captivated by this hypnotic pattern. All right.
Oh no.
And the creature is going to use its movement to around the terrain, up the hill, kind of almost like curling around the edge of this terrain, like a wave of water, just kind of climbing up just by throwing parts of its ooze-like body across itself. Just like a terrible, terrible moving mess of jello as it arrives there. And that is going to end its turn. Fen, you are up, just staring up at this hypnotic pattern, and just kind of staring like, wow, it's so nice. And you are incapacitated. You are staying there, actually.
Oh, fuck.
As the two of you, it doesn't say that actually you can repeat the save. It says that you two stay in that stupor until someone shakes you awake, or until you take damage.
Oh, good.
But your hound can go.
Can my hound come over and, like, nip at me and wake me up?
I would love for it to do so. It's going to, your hound, this like being of shadow and smoke, races over to you, Fen, and grabs a bite on your arm and begins to shake you back and forth. You kind of shaking yourself out of it, going, oh my God, what is going on? As you stare down and realize that were just like, that had just happened to you all of a sudden. But that is unfortunately after your turn has ended.
Okay.
All right. Joko, you are still in the stupor. Fen needs to shake you to wake you up, or you need to be shaken by something. Next up is the horror, and it is going to slowly schlick over the terrain towards you. And then over here, it is going to cast. It's going to... I need you to make a... wait, hold on. Yes. It started here. Yeah, I can't quite make it. So it's going to go there, and it's going to... It looks so... You see a couple of these thousands of heads that are around it kind of shift over in the direction of you, Fen. As you see several... Like, all the heads seem to, like, all gather on one side, like this group of, like growths on the side of its head. Hundreds of them. Just grotesque and horrible. As it stares at you, all of them kind of open their mouths. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Okay, let's do better than last time.
Come on. Let's see.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's
Ooh.
a 21.
A 21. Nice. You feel your bones lock into place for a moment as if you were about to be paralyzed, but you shake it off, no longer affected, as you kind of like use your shadow magic as it streaks up from the ground underneath your own shadow, kind of breaking the influence of these magical chains, and you are completely fine. That is going to end its turn. Fen, it's your turn.
All right. Can I have the hound go first?
Mm-hmm.
Great. I'm gonna like jerk my head over towards Joko and give a whistle, and the hound is gonna bound over and try to shake him awake.
Okay, sounds good. He does so as it grabs on a part of some of your armor and begins to rapidly shake Joko. You like come to consciousness as you're shaken out of that hypnotic kaleidoscopic pattern and are now aware again.
Great. And then I am going to grab one of these stars off of my mantle of stars.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot it at this blob, this mass.
Nice. Okay, go ahead and roll an attack, please.
All right. So I'm rolling. Do I do my like spellcasting attack?
Yes. This is your spellcasting modifier to attack,
Great.
which includes the +1 from your wand.
Okay, great. Well, that's a 13.
A 13, a 4. No. Wait, it's magic missile. You don't need to attack. Magic missile already automatically hits. So that's gonna be 3 darts for level 1, and it's cast at level 5, so it's gonna be 4, 5, 6. I think that's 7 darts, right?
Yeah. So I roll.
Or 8? Is it 8 darts?
Well, because it deals 3 automatically +1 per additional level.
Additional spell level.
So...
It's a level 1 spell. 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 additional. So yeah. So 7 darts.
Okay.
So 7d4.
So I'm gonna roll
7d4. Yes.
plus 7.
+7. Correct. And that automatically hits. Ooh, some good rolls there.
All right, that's at 29.
Yes, 29 damage as you take one of the stars off this mantle from the cloak that you were given by Solaris, your good friend. And as you throw it, it splits off like when you see a meteor break in the atmosphere and these darts just stream out, silvery, just kind of gleaming in the twilight sky. And then they all land, hitting several of the heads on this Oblex's body, slamming into it, creating these indents, and this force blasting some of the jello apart, and then it slowly begins to reform those places that have been blown apart by the magic missile. But it seems to have done quite a bit of damage. Nice stuff.
Great. And then I'm gonna look over at Joko, who is now awake.
He
Can
is
respond
awake.
to me,
Yes.
I assume. And I'm gonna say, all right. So what are we doing? Feel like maybe we've got to kill it, or are we running?
Well, now it seems like we're fucking killing it. And Joko's gonna tighten his grip on his sword.
Oh, that sounds good. You see the slowly unconscious form of this pixie still sinking into that body of the Oblex.
All right, great. And then for my bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to. Let's see. Sorry. Let
No,
me
you're
figure
good,
out
you're
where I
good.
want to go.
I like it.
I am going to shadow walk. So
Okay.
I look at the big, massive blob over at Joko and say, "All right, let's fucking kill it then." And look back over at the blob and give just like a little like "fuck you" gesture, and then Fen, the shadows of the sort of dim twilight of the area sort of wrap themselves up around Fen, up to their waist, and all of a sudden they drop into the ground and reappear 75 feet away
All right.
down here.
Okay, go ahead and put yourself there. Woof, as you vanish in shadow and smoke, you see the twilight sky warp around you, Fen, as you feel yourself literally traveling across the shadows of the ground, of the grasses, feeling intimately the nature and this part of your homeland, your ancestral homeland, as you reform there on the other side of that wood, this exhilarating feeling of you for the first time traveling through the shadows.
Yeah.
All right, okay, Fen. That's awesome. That's the end of your turn.
Yep.
Okay, Joko, you are now up.
I'm gonna run 30 feet.
All right.
Right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna just tear through this thing with my sword.
Okay.
My
It's a 31 to
sword.
hit. Does that hit?
31.
Yeah!
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah, of course it does.
All right, that's going to be a level 3 divine smite.
Divine
well.
smite, please. Go ahead and roll that.
That's
Right,
19
19.
additional damage on
Okay,
top
until
of 16.
Mm-hmm. So that's 35, yes?
Yes.
Nice. This thing is looking bloodied.
It's got blood?
It's looking bloodied. You see that parts of the jello as you've hacked and slashed across its form, and the sword igniting in the middle, kind of like this depth charge in the middle of this like putty-like material, spills some of that red goo onto the ground, and it doesn't reform at all, but kind of splattering the ground remains there. And you notice that the mass of the oblex has decreased in volume, maybe by about half. All right, you have your second attack.
I'll use it.
All right.
This one's a 15 to hit.
15 to hit. 15 unfortunately misses. As you go to swing yet another time, the whole mass moves out of the way. Instead of like shifting around and like moving like a normal person would, it just shifts its center of mass inside of itself, like just kind of shifting like an eel, and it gets out of the way of the sword strike, and you completely miss it entirely. All right, you have your bonus action remaining. And your movement is already 30 feet. Yeah, so your bonus action. Anything else, Joko?
No, smile.
All right, okay, that's going to be the end of your turn. Next up, it is this thing's turn. It looks to you, Joko, as several of the heads all look up and moan. And they all look up as it begins to reach out towards you and try and... It looks like some of the tendrils are trying to like consume you or latch onto you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a 28.
Oh, 28 does
Damn.
succeed. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. As it goes to wrap around you, it unfortunately doesn't take. Fortunately for you, it doesn't take. As you realize that as you were shifting out of the way, one of its tendrils was actually trying to like lure around and attach to the bottom of where your head attaches to your spine.
Oh,
But you
God.
like dodge your head out of the way and slash instinctively, just ruining that tendril, and it splats against the ground as you're like, what the hell was it going for my brain for? And you kind of back up as it now enraged, the whole thing shifts and moves, and two of these pseudopods like just reach out toward you in a frenzy. So I'm gonna make those attacks. 1, 2, 12 to hit and 20 to hit.
The first one misses.
The first one misses
Second
as the
does
first one
hit.
goes wide as you dodge. The second one, though, attaches right at your stomach and begins to pull life force from you. It does a total of 30 regular 30 bludgeoning damage. And disregard. That is a crit. So that's 16 plus 4. So it is 16 bludgeoning damage from the actual hit. And then you feel like this mental strain increase as your mind itself seems to be affected by this creature's like its chemistry. Something is going on that puts a toll on your mind as you take 4 additional psychic damage. Total of 20.
Is this magical?
It is technically
some kind
magical.
of magical
Yes,
attack?
It is.
What?
It is magical, yes.
It is. Okay.
It is magical. All right, and that is going to be the end of its turn. All right, Fen, you are up. Joko, you are on deck.
All right. I am going to have the hound goof first again.
Go first, yeah?
So it's going to bound over to the creature and just take a little chomp, a bite, if you will.
Sounds good. It has 40 feet movement speed?
It has 30 feet.
Ooh, it can only get right there. It's unfortunately a little bit too far away.
Okay, well, it's gonna stand there and it's gonna look really scary and menacing.
It started here? Yeah, 35 feet.
I guess I
Yeah.
should, like, actually track that. Sorry, that's my
No,
bad.
you're
Okay,
all
it's gonna
good. You're all
go-
good.
It'll go there, and it'll,
Wasn't the dog like right next to me?
It was.
It was up. It was, like, up and over there.
I believe it was on this square right here. I believe it was on this square. from what I remember. I might be wrong, but
No, it was
or-
next. It was because it was shaking Joko, so he started like here, right?
yeah.
He was here.
Yeah, I was right here.
So he would have been here,
Yeah.
which is how far can he go? Go away. He would have been here, so we can get here, which is not
Yes,
close.
Which is not close enough to hit. Yes.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
He'll go right there. And
Oh
he'll
wait,
say,
wait, wait.
"Ah."
He can get there.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Kyle?
It's 30 feet.
Okay. I guess he can hit. I guess that's 30 feet. All right. Well, my mistake.
Can he?
I guess so. I will. Chat will let me know if I'm wrong, but I'll be more generous. I'll say that he can, so he can make his attack.
Okay, he chomped.
He chomp. What's up, Kyle?
What?
I thought you said Daniel.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're good. Okay.
Okay, well it misses anyway. It's only a 9 to hit.
Not. Yeah. It goes wide as it tries to chomp down, and the whole thing moves out of the way. All right. No problem. Fen, now it is your turn proper.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So I am going to cast my Shadow Blade. And I'm gonna cast
Okay.
that at 3rd level.
3rd level.
So
All right.
some of the shadowy magic that's still sort of like smoking around my feet from teleporting weaves itself together into this hard dagger, which I am then going to throw
Okay.
at this person. 60
Okay, sounds
feet away.
good. You would normally do it at advantage, but because you're throwing it from that distance and it's 60 feet away,
disadvantage.
it's at disadvantage, so it's neutral. So it's just a straight attack roll.
Okay, great.
Because it's dim light, and then, yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then I add my spell attack bonus.
Yes, you do.
So it's a 21.
21 hits, go and roll damage.
Awesome. And since I'm upcasting, I will roll 3d8.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
7.
7.
Okay.
Oh, great. 7
Nice.
psychic damage.
Sounds good. It reappears in your hand.
Yeah, I have to use my bonus action to do that though, so
Okay.
I'm not going to do that yet, but I am concentrating on this.
Okay, sounds good.
So I am going to use a little bit of my sorcerer magic and bonus action cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, nice. Yes, with your meta magic. All right. And that is a Constitution saving throw, yes? Or is it a roll to hit?
No, it's an attack. It's 15.
Okay,
which I think
15 misses. 15 just misses. Yeah.
All right.
All right, as the
No
ray
worries.
goes wide. As part of the
and-
brush next to it freezes and crystallizes.
Wow, kind of a flop turn, but that'll be it for me.
It's all good. All right, Joko, you are now up.
2 slashes.
Yeah,
The
sounds
first one,
good.
15 to hit.
15 misses as it goes wide just barely. Second
25
one,
to hit.
25 does hit.
All right, that's 15 damage. I'm going to use a level 4 spell slot for
level
Smite.
4 Divine Smite. Okay.
It's 24 radiant damage.
Woo! 24 radiant damage on top of the 15. Okay, this thing is looking very hurt. You might even say on death's door.
Joker's going to just stand his ground.
All
End
right.
my turn.
Okay, sounds good. It is now its turn again as it reaches out in the same manner again towards you, Joko. Make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Yes, sir. That is a 12.
Okay, so you're going to take... You take 36 psychic damage as this thing, the tendril, does indeed attach at the back of your neck and your brain, and you seize in pain for a moment as you see, Fen, from your distance, you see Joko's eyes, like the whites of his eyes, as his eyes go up in pain and his mouth opens in the same expression as all of the faces on the oblex. And Joko, you see a memory of you tilling the soil, your wife standing in the distance calling you in for dinner as you wipe the beads of sweat off of your head from a hard day's work, looking up at her and smiling, her smiling at you with a newborn baby in her hands, cradling it. And then, all of a sudden, wait, what was that memory again? Who? And you can't recall as the creature eats the memory from you. Does a 16 or a 10 hit, Joko? Joko, does a 16 or a 10 hit?
Neither of those hit.
Neither of those hit. Those both go wide as the tendril unattaches itself, and you kind of wide-eyed are staring and kind of drained almost, knowing there's some sort of emotional weight to the memory, but you can't recall it. That is going to be the end of its turn. Fen, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to.
This thing swaying and rolling in the breeze, a lot of its volume kind of just splattered on the ground, looking very close to death.
All right. First the doggy's gonna try to bite the game, and it's
All right.
it's gonna get advantage because
Pack
Joko is
tactics.
standing next to it, and it
Pack
has
tactics. Correct.
Do 20. Oh my god, this guy cannot get
That's
a
the
chomp.
first roll. That's the first roll. Second roll?
Oh, duh.
That's much
Oh,
better.
that's better.
Good boy gets a chomp. Go and roll damage,
Yeah.
please.
He heck a chomp. Okay. It's 12 piercing damage.
How does good boy want to do this?
After missing his first chomp, he's sitting there kind of confused, like, how did that happen? But this time he goes in for a second chomp, and his teeth sink into the gelatinous blob as it just bursts open like a big pimple.
Ooh,
Pus
like a
is
big zit.
spewing, and he's shaking his neck around as he tries to gather onto something solid and bite. And
Oh, yeah.
then he's just gonna roll around in the muck.
You got it. As he bites down, he begins like shaking it and just tearing it apart. It's kind of just patting at it. This thing that has threatened his master. He's very, very upset as he rolls around and just destroys it as his fangs just sink into the gelatinous blob and rips it apart until it just fades into the ground. The splattered ink and ichor and all of this awful ooze just kind of left lifeless on the ground as this pixie covered in this red goo lies breathing hard on the ground, unconscious seemingly, as this thing is killed. And that is going to be the end of combat as you guys are no longer in initiative. Nice
Great.
stuff.
Fen is gonna shadow walk teleport right back over here.
All right.
Look down at the dog and be like, "That's right. Who's a good boy? Did you kill the demon? You did. Oh yes. And then he dissipates back into shadow.
And he dissipates into shadow. The best boy.
The best boy.
Joko,
Oh.
you come to, now having finished the encounter, feeling this low pain at the base of your skull, but you can't place why.
What the fuck was that?
Like a vine, though.
Oh. Oh. Shit. As Fen notices the pixie lying there,
Mhm.
Fen is gonna draw out their dagger and approach the pixie slowly.
Okay. You do so? Do you want to check... What do you want to check it from it? If it's hostile, if it's...
Yeah, I want to be like looking for any other like little red freaking threads on its ankles and just making sure to check and see
Make a
if
perception
it's,
check for me, please.
how it seems.
Sure, make a perception check.
God, it's a 3 plus 5, but that probably doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see any tendrils. It has like the red splattered all over it, but it looks like that's from when it was literally being consumed. It looks more like it's stained its like currently grass and hide little like dress that it has on, more than it is like a thing attached to its backside.
Oh.
Breathing, but unconscious.
What do we do, Joko?
Last time, and by last time I mean 45 seconds ago, that we tried to help somebody in the forest, it turned into a roiling mass of fucking goo.
Yeah, you're right. Should we just kill it?
Put it out of his misery. It's like it's fucking disintegrating in there.
Yeah, alright, well, I'm not waiting around for it to turn into a fucking demon and attack us. Go ahead.
Alright. Joko pulls out his sword and he raises it up over his head. And then brings it down on top of the pixie.
As you slash, go ahead and roll to hit with advantage.
$25.
It's an automatic crit as the pixie loses 2 death saves. And you watch it cough up this blood that begins to dribble down its chin. It's kind of shaking now, like its nerves in shock from it, but still unconscious. Barely alive.
Ben is going to recall that Shadowblade dagger back into their hand, and they look down at the pixie with indifference and toss their dagger into its chest.
I say you don't have to roll to hit. As you do so, and as it pierces into the heart of this small pixie, you watch as its eyes go open for a second, and its eyes go glassy as it breathes out and expires.
Ben sighs heavily, sort of shakes a couple of ice crystals from their shoulders and turns over to Joko and says, "Better it than us, I guess."
Always. Joko kind of whips his blade to the side and throws off some of the goop and blood, and then puts it back into its sheath.
Alright. You do so. Leaving the dead pixie on the ground. Do you guys continue forward to scout, or do you guys want to go back to your comrades?
I think we should probably go back and let them know what happened. What do you think, Joko? Should we go back? See if Artie's here? Should we just keep on keeping on?
I mean, it seems like we don't really have much to show for going out. We at least gotta find that thing. Or some proof that we're getting closer.
Alright then. I'll follow you.
I'll head deeper into the corruption.
Alright, you two head deeper into the corruption, scouting ahead. Alright, who wants to lead the survival check for me? As you guys get further and further in.
I did say I'd follow you.
Then I'll lead you. Survival. 14.
14, okay. Not too terrible. It takes you a little longer this time, as now you're starting to get towards the later portions of the day, to kind of get on track of where you think you might go. You lose the footsteps, but it seems that wherever this conflict that happened between the humanoid and that pixie and that goo thing was really close to probably wherever the essence is, as you guys are getting really close to whatever it is, and you mostly feel it specifically because of the press on your minds. And without any protection from Artie this time, I need the two of you to roll wisdom saving throws.
Fen, you're right next to me, so you're gonna get a +3 to this roll.
Great.
On my
So
aura
then
of protection.
Nice.
it's a 15 for me.
15.
A 16 for me.
Okay. Joko, you succeed. Fen,
Don't love that pause.
you feel this hunger. This you feel like it's like that, this kind of like when you wake up from a long night's sleep and you need the first meal of the day, and there's like that kind of emptiness in your stomach, and you feel just the need to like, man, you're so hungry. It's maddening. It's like if you don't get something in your stomach right now, you might just go crazy.
Oh, fuck, I'm starving. How long have we been? Wait, sorry, hang on. And I'm gonna stop and kneel down and open up my pack and take out some rations.
All right. You finish it. It's a day's rations. And you consume it. And you eat it. And it's glorious, you know? Just feeding that hunger. And then you finish it, and as soon as you're licking your lips, you're still hungry. As you are now afflicted with the madness of Dewey-Blex, and you have the flaw that you desire to consume everything you can.
Ooh. All right. I guess I'll eat again. I'll eat more.
You eat
Let's
more.
eat.
Yeah, Joko, you see this as you see Fen kind of gorging themselves on food, seemingly very hungry.
Fen, what are you doing?
I'm fucking starving over here. What you mean, what am I doing? I'm eating, obviously, but I'm not... It's not making a difference. I'm so hungry.
Fen, you've had like 4 rations. That's like 4 fucking days of food.
Yeah, what about it? I'm starving. Do you have any food? Give me some food.
Now hold on a fucking second. And I want to kind of take a look at Fen to see if, like, what's going on with her.
With them, go ahead and make it, an insight check for me, please.
Them, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, of course.
Natural 20.
Whoa! You felt the press on your mind as soon as you got closer, because you guys are damn close to whatever this thing is. They have this crazed look in their eyes that wasn't there before when they're eating, when they're consuming. Like, they're ripping apart. They're not eating cleanly or nicely at all. There's crumbs on their hands, on their mouth, just gnawing at something like a hungry animal. And you see this, like, if you can see hunger and starvation in someone's eyes when you've seen it for long enough. Joko, you've been unfortunate enough to see it in particularly unfortunate members of your society that you've walked past before. It's this look of maddening hunger, and it's dangerous, like a wild animal inside someone, and that was not there a couple seconds ago. And you kind of look around in the environment and you're like, whoa, some shit is happening to my friend. Well, whatever you called Fen, because of wherever we are.
We're not trying to DTR.
Yeah, I don't know what Joko thinks.
I'm gonna say, I've got something, Fen. Do you want one of my rations? They're a bit bigger than yours. I'm gonna kind of hold my pack out.
Yeah. Thanks, that would be amazing. I don't know what is going on. I'm like, God, I could eat a fucking horse.
As she reaches her hand in, I want to grab her wrist.
Their wrist?
Squeeze as tight as I can and cast Remove Curse.
All right. Fen, you cry out in this pain as you feel like just the strongest grip of this person just latching onto you. And as you're trying to go, you're reaching for the pack, and he's not letting you get the pack. And you're like, I need the food. I need it. And as you're like thinking these thoughts, like almost like just this obsessive compulsion, the magic surges through you, that painful burning sensation that burns through you until your brain feels like it's on fire for a moment. And you have to take a deep gasp as you cough and breathe out and kind of like blink your eyes and stare out at the terrain. And, oh man, you feel just awful, like so bloated. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you just ate 5 days worth of food all at once.
God. Constitution.
Yeah.
6.
Plus
7,
3 because of. All right, you're able to hold it in. You feel the urge to vomit. as you calm down and you start to realize the effect of this place on you, and you look up at Joko, who's the magic now fading from his fingertips as a little imprint of his his firm grip on your forearm lessens as he takes his hand off.
It doesn't lessen until she like looks me back in the eyes, and I can see that there's. They look me back in the eyes, and I see that there's no. There's no madness going on. They look normal.
They look at you, and with a natural 20 insight check, they seem to have calmed down. That look is no longer in their eyes. It seems to have worked.
Then I let go of them.
Thanks. God, that was. Fen shudders. Just. Thanks. I think it's probably meaning that we're almost there, right?
Could be.
Alright, well, let's be really quiet, because we're not trying to engage them yet, right? We're just trying to scope it out.
Exactly.
Alright. Let's go.
Follow me.
All right. As there is this kind of what you imagine would have been the valley that descends into the maw of the earth, these large mountains kind of going over you. As you look up, though, at the mountains, here, in this space, all of a sudden, they don't look so much like mountains. You look at the huge, craggy peaks, and it looks like they are flexing and moving and breathing, almost like as if the mountains themselves are this massive, actual mouth, flexing and moving and occasionally caving in on itself, warping in this horrible space. You both, now having kind of gone through this little segment, are understanding that this place, almost by its very nature, invites madness if you don't keep a hold of your grasp on reality and of who you are and who those close to you are. And as you guys are desperately fighting, your brains and your perception of this world dips out into a valley, and I need you both to make a stealth check for me, please.
6.
Oh god.
Fen?
It's 16
Okay.
for me.
Okay. Give me a second.
Why did we come here
Okay.
without people?
Okay. As you both begin to creep into the valley, the colors here, a similar shade that you remember, a similar sight. Brackish purple and black and red and pustules of this ichor that seems to pulse through the plants like a heartbeat, making the world this awful rendition of itself. The Feywild, which is normally so beautiful, so corrupted in its very nature by an even more horrid sight. You remember last time there was the Baylor, the large winged demon with hooves and muscular features and the massive whip and sword. Frightening. But you find yourselves having to hold in your terror as you see this mass of, it's like a sea of ink, brackish, dark ink, but in each of the ink, every 5 feet or so is an embedded eye, greenish and horrible. And it is roiling and moving and shifting over itself. And within it, there's not just eyes, but mouths that open up and breathe and disappear into that blackish substance. If that Elder Obelix that you guys fought was, one example of what this thing is like. It is nothing in comparison. It is a horrid, horrid ooze that drips and spreads across the ground like a cancer. And there in front of the ooze is an Eladrin. But different. Male, it looks like, by the appearance of it, at least on one side, but as he turns, you see that his left side has been changed. There is, it looks like his skin has been boiled almost. Like there's just these growths and things that go off of his left arm, which seems to have once carried a very elegant sword where there's a sword sheath, is now this long tentacle. A couple of eyes showing up in his ribcage and in his shoulder, a mouth kind of cackling on the bottom side of his left oblique. And Joko, you trip as you catch yourself about maybe 100 feet or so from this ooze, and about a little over 60 feet from this creature that stands at the base.
What?
You watch as the Eladrin creature that transformed half this horrible boiled flesh eldritch being and half elf turns to look at you, his left side like Two-Face curled down into a snarl.
Humanoids. Fresh humanoids. To offer to the Demon Lord.
How far away is he from me?
65 feet.
Dominetvar. General, looks like it's feeding time. Feeding time.
As he draws from his left side this sword that was once beautiful, now tarnished silver, rusted at the corners, but still razor sharp, turns, half smiling and smirking, half snarling from his left side, and this huge, horrible ooze begins to shift slowly toward you both. I need you to roll initiative.
No!
Joko's
I
gonna
don't wanna
roll
be here!
running away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but we need to roll initiative first. Because
Oh,
y'all got
no.
caught. Y'all got caught. And just so you can
What?
see this thing
Oh my god.
looks like this. That is what it is, if you want to zoom in on it. That horrible, like, eye-covered, mouth-covered, awful ooze just stretching out from the entrance of this demon portal. And there below him, this Eladrin, the Two-Face looking fellow who's snarling in your direction. You all, at the base of the valley, having just tripped. Roll initiative.
Joko rolled a 5.
Joko! Oh no!
Why are we
Oh no! Alright. Okay, I'm going to roll initiative. This is for the Eladrin, okay? Who rolls a 17 total. And this one for the other one, who rolls a... he doesn't have a... No, just that. Okay, cool. So, 13, Fen. 13. Okay. So, in the turn order, Joko, you were 5. Fen, you were 13. You're very lucky. This thing... This huge ooze, which this creature named very briefly as Dominetvar, looks up at you and begins to slowly shift over towards you. It didn't roll very good initiative. You're very lucky, with the exception of the Eladrin. All right, he is up first as he brandishes that sword, and the tentacle begins to writhe on his left side, up and down, kind of like relishing this moment. You guys feeling the corruption underneath your feet as you guys are in this horrid space. He is going to take his action to, having drawn his Oh, actually, sorry. He drew his longbow instead. He's gonna take the tentacle, wrap it around, draw it backward, and boom, loose this dart of black ichor towards you from his bowstring that flies in your direction. Fen, one for you, Joko. This is you, Fen. 12 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, and then Joko, 14 to hit.
Miss.
Both miss, splashing onto the ground, but as you see where the ground goes, these corrupted plants, the same things that have those like red, brackish, like heartbeat kind of thing begin to grow in that place. As you look at those two things and you both look at each other and exchange a glance thinking, you don't want to get hit by that. As he snarls and begins to step closer and closer to you, he's going to use his movement to go 30 feet, which is right there. And then you guys are 65 feet, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You went from there to there. Okay. And then, hold on, let me see. Okay. Okay, he can only go here, I think. Is a Misty Step 30 feet or 20 feet? Remind me, please. It is 30 feet. Okay. As soon as he steps there with the longbow, he vanishes from sight in like a splash, a puddle of ink and black goo, and reappears in front of you here. I need you both to make wisdom saving throws. As he appears in a splash of liquid, his face turns to a horrible just visage of this black goo and just eldritch horror, making you both jump in your armor for a moment.
Daniel, I also sent you a message if you.
Oh yeah, thank you, Kyle.
Do I still
25.
have plus
Ooh.
something because of you, Joko?
Yeah, you're within 10
Okay.
feet of me right now. You have plus 3.
After this, Kyle. All right.
Okay.
Joko, you succeed as you're almost frightened, but you're able to push through it as you kind of snarl him right back. Not afraid. You've seen demons. You've seen shit. You can get through this, and you're not frightened of him. However, Fen, you are very afraid, looking at this thing in the background, that whatever has consumed this elf, and you're just like quaking in your boots as you are now frightened.
No, she's not.
They're not?
She's within 10 feet of me.
They are within 10 feet of
my
you, and you
aura-
guys are
in my
both
aura of courage.
immune. It makes you immune to frightened.
Oh, work.
Nice.
Love it.
Well
Love
done,
to see
Paladin.
it.
Well done. As you would have been frightened, but thanks to Joko, he kind of, what do you want to say to flavor it, to shake them out of it?
They just see Joko almost not even react at all and just kind of grit his teeth, and they realize that they also shouldn't be afraid.
Nice stuff. As you swallow your fear, Fen, shaking, but able to move through it with the help of your friend. Nice stuff. All right. So, it is now the end of the Eladrin's turn. Fen, you are up.
All right, Fen is gonna look at Joko and say, "So, what you say we get the fuck out of here then?"
Would. Let's fucking go.
Great. Don't have to tell me twice. And Fen disappears into shadow, and bonus action, we're shadow walking 120 feet in the opposite direction.
All right. How many feet?
120
120.
feet.
You are up on the valley. You are running for your life as
Great,
you
and then
just
I'm-
turn around immediately.
And then I'll just use my action to dash and go 60 more feet.
Oh, okay. All right. You do so.
I'm out.
You are out, Fen. Next up, it is the Ooze's turn. Oozing slowly toward you, Joko. As you look back at it and you're like, there's no way you can fucking catch up. And you're about to turn around and run. When all of a sudden, in front of you, there is this black speck. And it begins to tear open. As all of a sudden, you are engulfed in black. As this rip in reality transports you to this, you see, it looks like stars around you. There doesn't seem to be any floor under you. As you're in this space, kind of unfrightened and unfazed, you watch as the stars blink. Not like stars, but with eyelids that close over them. as they blink out at you in the dark, and you see mouths stretch open in this dark, hungry space. You know the spell, Andrew. It's the
I do?
hunger. It's the hunger. Not of Hadar, but it's the hunger of Julieblex, is how I'm calling it. So you have, it's difficult terrain. It's difficult terrain. It's centered on you, so it's 20 feet of difficult terrain in front of you. And you'll get to see the rest. All right. So that is going to be the end of the horror's turn. Joko, you are up. I need you at the start of your turn to... at the start of the turn, first of all, you feel this chill go through your system as you take 9 cold damage. And now it is your turn.
Alright, I'm going to Misty Step in the direction that Fend went. I'm trying to remember.
You are blinded in this area, so you
facing-
cannot see. Meaning
Well, I'm
that...
facing the Eladrin and this ooze, so I just want to,
Yes.
in my mind, go backwards.
Yes,
as far as
however,
I can.
you can only teleport to an unoccupied place that you can see, and you are blinded while you are within the hunger of Hadar.
Alright, then I'll run.
Do you run
I'll
towards
use
or what?
30. I'll action dash and
Okay.
run 30 feet out of the hunger.
Towards the ooze.
No, the other way.
The other way. Okay. So you turn around and you run out the direction. You're not confused. You know the direction. Oh my god, I thought you were gonna get closer to the ooze, dude. All right, as you go out, you are now 20 feet. As you break out of that space, you can hear the snarling and the slurping and the eyes blinking at you as you're like, what the fuck? And you poof, break out of that Terran reality, coming back to the Feywild, still the corrupted ground, and see Fen up the hill, maybe 140 feet ahead of you as you end your turn 20 feet away from the
So I'm going to use my bonus action to
Okay.
Misty Step to a spot I can see.
There you go. Poof, 30 feet as you
30
go
feet
up. You're
closer
now
to Fen.
50 feet away. All right. Sounds good. You all begin to run up the hill. I'll say that they don't give chase. You watch as the Eladrin lowers his bow and kind of snarls and smiles. Kind of like retreats back towards the ooze.
Feeding time soon. Just not now.
As he goes back and turns around. You all just gasping for breath as you sprint out of the area. Back towards the edge of the valley.
That was way too fucking close. Oh my god. Are you alright?
I'll be fine. There's like a little bit of frost on Joko's armor.
All right. It's right here that you hear another familiar voice again from Artie, kind of peeking as you guys are both running away from the scene. Artie, what do you want to say?
I didn't know I was gonna get to say this, so I didn't hear anything.
That's okay.
I didn't get that.
Oh, actually, before we do this, Artie, because you need to know where you are, right?
I mean, I'm in the swamp.
It's
near
been a number
Poppy.
of hours. Where would you have gone after the swamp? Because that only took you that hour, basically. It's been a number of hours since then. Are you traveling back towards Sanctuary? Are you?
I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna have to find a place to like freaking rest until I can teleport. Like, there's nothing I can do. I'm not gonna make it back to Sanctuary. I know we're like many of days travel away, aren't we?
Yeah, I believe from Sanctuary from Baba Yaga's was, I think it was a half a day's travel. A half a day's travel, or the better part of a day. You could make it if you started from when you started negotiating.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a half day, then I'll just start traveling.
Okay, sounds good. I'll say then by this point, because they are at end of day by the time that they encounter the demon portal. You are probably at the edge of Sanctuary now. You're right outside the city. Do you want to go see anyone? Do you want to just call them from here? What would you like to do?
I'll probably go to the Lady Alanostra, I guess.
Okay. Sure.
I'd just request travel towards their direction.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, you see a Lady Alanostra kind of tired and, beaten up from, and probably kind of shaken having, to come that close to Baba Yaga a second time, and this time it being a lot harder to kind of get what you desired and keep your friends safe from her. And tired from a full day's journey, you get to the top of the topiary, and Lady Alanostra is meditating, sitting cross-legged atop the highest parts of Sanctuary.
I mean, if I'm just being honest, if I see her meditating, I'm not going to interrupt her.
You're not.
That's like suicidal. So
Sure.
I
After
would just
after
go
about
back and wait
after,
until she's done.
Okay, after about 5 minutes, she says, a good rest. Oh. Arthur, was it? From the Grim Troupe?
Yes.
Pleasure to see you.
Apologize for the inconvenience. It's a pleasure to see you too.
No, I was just finished with my trance for the evening. I'm surprised to not see you with your compatriots. Why?
Yeah, me too. Well, I thought I could teleport myself to them, but I think there's still a lot more I have to learn, and I didn't know if you could maybe help me, or if you had someone who might be able to help me. Even just, I don't really ride horses or anything, but maybe I could. I'm afraid my friends are gonna be in danger soon, and I need to get there as soon as I can, and I don't have a good way to get there because last time I tried, I ended up in Baba Yaga's hut, which didn't exactly treat me well.
You ended up in the witch's hut, did you?
Yeah.
A very dangerous place to be. Well, seeing as you and your party are helping out Smiler and Sanctuary once more as a favor from me, it would be wrong of me not to do a favor for you all. Do you know where they are?
They said they were at the Maw of, I forget which.
Maw of
Fen
the
said, but-
Earth?
Yes, that was it. That was
How
the
many
Maw.
hours ago, or are they there now?
A while. I don't know. I've been traveling for half a day, so I
Why
could ask
don't
them
you
again,
go
maybe,
ahead
but
and speak with them. Maybe that will help me to put you on your course. She gives you a sly wink.
yeah, so I'll just send a message. Fen, I was sent off track. Baba Yaga's a crazy bitch. Please give me your location quickly. Thanks. And there's a lot more like defeat in Artie's voice.
A Fen will respond. Oh shit. She seemed mad. Found demon portal. Made camp. And then I'll use the rest of the 15 words to, as best as possible, describe our location.
Sure.
Maybe if Smiler knows,
Sure.
like some geographical.
Yeah. It tells you in kind of the heart of the maw of the maw of the earth. Kind of gives you a couple of notable landmarks nearby. Yeah. Enough, Artie, you think?
Yes, I'll describe to Lady Alanostra.
Ah, they're really so near to the coast. Hmm. Hmm. The demon's influence has grown very large indeed. I will send you there at once. Please.
So before you send, I have a question.
Yes?
Baba Yaga was really powerful.
She is indeed one of the archfey of the Feywild, like myself.
And I don't mean to disrespect you or any of the Archfey, but is there a way to become that powerful without having to sacrifice people that you love?
You ask for the story of Baba Yaga?
I mean, I've never seen magic that strong, and I've always wanted to reach that level of power, but if it means giving up all of my friends and not trying to always do the best thing for, I don't know. I don't even know what's good or wrong anymore.
Why do you seek power, Artie?
Protect my friends.
It seems you have more than enough power now to do that. But you seem hungry for more.
Well,
Why?
if Baba Yaga is gonna track down Fen and kill them within, who knows, she could already have them. And how am I supposed to stop someone like that if I can't even teleport to people?
Well, there's one thing, Artie. Before, you were trying to teleport on your own. And unlike Baba Yaga, you and your friends will not be alone should she come to face you. Though she is a powerful, powerful witch, she is not a god, and therefore has her limits. I have the utmost confidence that you and your family can prevail together.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
Hmm.
feel like I've just been losing confidence. There's a lot of negative things going on lately, and
There are.
it's hard to be confident in my abilities when I see myself fail.
Here's the best thing about living in a community, Artie. When you fail, and you run out of confidence in yourself, you have others there to pick you up, to take those parts, and to restore them. Because you're not alone. Please, stand in the center circle.
And Artie just has tears streaming down and walk up.
I'm going to send you to them now.
Thank you.
She begins to sing, weaving melody in the air. There's these overtones that increase and increase in volume and in just majesty that circle the top of the topiary. It feels like you did when you were in theater, except it's more than that. It pulls not just at the emotion, but you feel the very air begin to vibrate, and the tears on your face begin to lift until you see the droplets hanging in the middle of the air, suspended from the magic woven through the song. And in a moment, the whole world shimmers. And you feel yourself lightly landing in a patch of dark purple grass. A fire about 5 feet away from you and your friends, all having jumped up in shock, some of them grabbing at their weapons, their eyes seeing you with them, as you all see Artie.
Oh my god, thank god you're here. And Fen
Artie.
runs over and gives him a big hug.
Hi, Fen. Yeah, I've been through a lot the last little bit, but I'm here.
What-
Here.
What
Well,
happened?
welcome to the fucking club, huh?
Yeah, how do they look?
Fen is, looking a little shaken, and a little hurt, I think. But,
Yeah.
all right. Joko, you know him, tough guy. But there are some dings in the armor, a little bit of, it looks like a bruising on the back of his neck.
What about mentally? Like,
Oh,
beyond
that's,
the physical, like,
what do you all look like?
Brain, like,
I mean,
Yeah.
Joko looks beat up. He has there's some frostbite on some of his skin where it's exposed and meets the metal of his armor. He has he kind of is clutching at his rib cage where his armor conceals some thick purplish bruises that look like ropes around his middle. And he just seems tired.
Fen?
Mm. Yeah, the last time that you saw Fen, when everybody was leaving from Sanctuary, Fen was in their autumn state, but now they are in their winter state. So their hair is silver and their skin is pale, and they have sort of like an icy coldness about them. The last time that you saw them this way was actually when you first ran into them, floating in the astral plane. So if that tells you anything about their emotional state,
yeah,
it should. And Fen is just wide-eyed. You can see these really heavy bags under their eyes. They look like they haven't slept in 2 days. And they seem shaken, to say the least, and a bit bloodied. Like they've got a couple of wounds that are bleeding a little bit, that they've tried to patch up, but they definitely have been better.
How does Artie look?
Artie has just walked for half a day, and he does not like walking, so he's probably visibly tired. But normally he's always cheery and upbeat, and he looks a lot more downtrodden and somber. Oh, you guys have really seen some shit since in one day. Wow. Well, what is there anything you need to catch me up on? Have you found the portal yet?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we found it. Definitely know where it is.
There's one of those guys with the whips guarding it.
Not exactly. And I'll kind of fill Artie in on what we saw and what happened.
Yeah, you fill them on the corrupted Eladrin, at which Smiler, his head goes up and takes notice. You fill him on the huge ooze monster, and the thing that it summoned, that rift in space that it made for a bit, catching him up on the whole thing.
Does the ooze monster that you guys saw, is that the same ooze that we saw coming out of people? How they would get corrupted and thing?
It was black.
Demons, they're always
Like
black.
ink.
They have everything's dark. But what happened to that ooze? We sold it.
You guys got it tested at Sanctuary. I can say if you wanted to, when you hiked back, you could have gotten it.
Sure. What?
Sure. They would have told you that this is the body liquid from a demon of some kind. Not only
Sick.
specific the body liquid, but it is specifically like from an ooze type of monster.
And we were trying to figure out if it was able to like, because they
Yes.
were using it as poison. So
They were
was
using
there
it
like an antidote?
that as he was like looking at it, and he said the only thing that can serve as an antidote is like holy water, basically. Essentially, something that's been intensely blessed with holy energy.
Could I have grabbed holy water after that happened?
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't know how far back. I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
if they were like, oh, the only thing that fixes it is holy water, I'd be like,
You'd be
sick.
like,
I'm
"Can
gonna
I
go
get
grab
some
a
holy
cup
water?"
of
Yeah. I'll allow it. Go ahead and just make a quick persuasion check for me.
See how much I can grab.
Yeah,
Perfect.
basically just see how much you can grab.
Natural 20.
My
Thank God.
fucking god! I said that you can get up
About
to
time.
you can get up
About-
to 4 vials of holy water, each of which
Sick.
is 1 dose, enough for 1 consumption.
How much is that?
In total, holy water that's been blessed is gonna be. I mean, you probably got it from Ilfendril, but like Puck got it from them. We'll say for 4 of those, probably be around 20 gold each, so 80 gold.
Sick.
Yeah.
I have plenty of money. It's not really an issue.
Daniel, I also
Yes.
have a flask of holy water.
Lovely.
in
So
my,
you
like-
have 5.
I would
Cool.
let you know about that whole holy water thing. So maybe we can like, if it's made of the same thing, maybe like throw in a vial of the holy water at it, or that could maybe calm it down for a little. I don't know. Just it's something to think of. Maybe we can give it to like Poe and you can like shoot it at it. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of ideas. Does freezing holy water still let it work? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
You could try and make an Arcana check, history check, religion check, if you want it.
Arcana check or religion, does it remove the like holiness of it if I freeze it? Is
Daniel,
holiness-
does holy water in this world work the same as holy water in our world, where if we put 1 drop of holy
it
water
does
into other
nothing?
water, it all becomes holy? So let's just do like a holy water scheme.
Unlike our world, this world, when you make something holy, it's not just because you called it pretty cool. It's because literally a divine magic user imbued it with physical magic that is observable and awesome.
So
Not
what
that religion
do I make
isn't awesome.
religion or Arcana?
Daniel, you're doing some anti-Catholic sentiment right about
but
now.
I am not doing some anti-Catholic sentiment. I'm just
Arcana or
saying-
religion?
It sounds like you are.
All right. Well, I apologize. Let's do religion for this one because it's holy water.
Okay, I want to check too because I have an existing one, so I feel like I maybe read about why I would have it
Sure.
back when I got it. I did not do well. I got a 12.
Okay, well, it's holy. I mean, God stuff. Gods are cool usually, and
What about freezing it?
seems if it works, makes sense that it works against literal evil things, embodiments of evil. Makes sense. Maybe you could put it on your sword, on your arrows or something, on your hands maybe. I don't know. Any other religion checks?
Yeah, Kyle's mic turned off, but he said he rolled an 18.
18. Great. So Kyle.
Plus 10 for Arcana or 5 for religion.
Yeah. So religion. Yeah, it'd be religion. So 18. So yeah, with an 18, you would know that freezing it would work completely fine. It would probably shatter on impact if you used it on your weapon. So it's maybe not the most ideal way to use it. If anything, you could lather it on your weapons, and then it would work for like probably a minute. Before it would basically just remove from use. And if you slather on your weapons, like that's a pretty good way to get some good use out of it pretty consistently.
Cool. I'll give a vial to Joko. Say, slap this bad boy on when we go in tomorrow or whenever we decide to go back.
Nice.
You now have a vial of holy water.
Sounds good.
Audie, when you sent a message, you said you saw Baba Yaga?
Yeah, Artie turns like a little pale when you say that. Yeah, she's very intent on finding you. and she was trying to convince me to basically sell you out to her in order to teleport me here, but I didn't even consider it. But I think she's gonna go to great lengths to try to get revenge. So you should really try and stay safe or concealed. I don't know if you have any way to do it, but it's not. She means business. I don't know how else to say it.
Ben's pale white skin, almost as white as snow, turns almost gray. And they sort of just stare at you with wide eyes and give like the tiniest nod, and then say, right, so feel like we should probably make camp then and see how we're feeling about going back in the morning. I am not going back there today, I'll tell you that much.
I can protect you through the night at least, hopefully, from any sort of like divination or something she uses to try to find you, but
That'd be great, yeah.
that's the best
But
I can
yeah.
do for now.
Great.
I guess I'll get that set up. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, I'll just start prepping camp, and I'll start casting the private sanctum to stop divination.
Sounds good. You do so, which is very useful. You guys prep camp, thinking about what's to come, about preparations for the demon portal as you're looking at your weapons, trying to get a gauge on yourselves, and you all begin to go to sleep.
Wait, before I go to bed, can I do something?
Of course.
Sick. I would like to be in my little tent
Okay.
and take out my ivory statue of myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and just kind of stare at it for a second and like contemplate the fight that's gonna come soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to like use my hands to like make the arcane sigils as if my little statuette is making the arcane sigils for me. And I'm going to cast contingency
Nice.
that if I pass out or I physically touch someone who is passed out, I will cast Cure Wounds at 5th level.
Oh, nice.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if I go down, I cast it on myself. If I physically touch someone who's down,
And that will expend your reaction to do so?
I don't actually know if contingency spends your
Or
reaction.
it might not.
Let me
I'd spend
see.
anything. But and also, while we're doing this, I'll look it up. Go ahead and describe the little statuette for us. It's
Oh
the
yeah,
first time
so
you've pulled it out.
it's a ivory statuette that looks like Artie with a little like engraved junkie on his shoulder. And
Aw.
junkie is pure ruby, and also you can see like all throughout Artie's armor is like these little speckles of ruby dust. And then where his two eyes are these glowing diamonds. So it's gemmed out as all hell.
Damn. Gemmed out.
Artie is now iced up and ready for combat.
Sounds good. Just so you know, Artie, it cannot affect others, even if the spell normally can. It can only
Oh,
affect
it can't?
yourself. Cannot. That's at the
Okay,
bottom of the
then
spell. But it will affect you when you.
yeah, then
if
I'll just
you
do
go
it if I
down,
go down.
then you
It'll
will
cast it as 5th level.
5th level cure
And that will
wounds.
last for 10 days, so I need to make a note of myself.
10 days, yes, sir.
I have it as 10 days.
Nice
10
stuff.
days.
All right. You make those preparations, and you do so. And as you cast that private sanctum around yourself, Artie, Ben, you go to sleep. You all go to sleep. And Fen, tonight, the trance doesn't carry the nightmarish visions that you had the night before. no cackles in your sleep. You get rest. And Joko, as you rest, a shock goes through your body as you again recall that memory that you lost for the last 8 or so hours of your own wife and your son. As it comes flooding into you and you grapple with having forgotten that important part for a moment.
Wait,
But,
do I remember it again?
You do
Or
now.
do I remember that I forgot it?
You remember that you forgot it. You remember that it was stolen from you. And now it comes back to memory. However Joko feels about that is up to you. And as you go to sleep in the very, very corrupted forest surrounding the Feywild, awaiting what happens with the demon portal next, that is where we're going to pick up our story next time. Woo! All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This was a lot of crazy stuff that happened today between Baba Yaga and everything. So thanks for joining us on this wild ride. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I certainly did. Yeah, before we go ahead and go, we'll just go ahead and do a couple little shout outs. The one thing that we need to shout out is that Sweet Nectar resubscribed with Prime. Thanks for the resub, buddy. We really, really appreciate it. And thank you all for still being here at the end of the night. We love you guys. There will be no stream tomorrow. We'll just go ahead and rerun this game tomorrow morning. And hopefully next time Jared will be back and the whole crew will be back for that good old last fight. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We love you guys. Have a good night. And this is Stop, Drop, and Roll. Signing off. Bye-bye.
Bye.